Johan Rojas is officially gone for the first 80 games of the 2026 season, and the Philadelphia Phillies outfield depth just went from a lingering question mark to a full-blown five-alarm fire. You do not lose your premier defensive center fielder to a performance-enhancing drug suspension a week before opening day and just brush it off. Dave Dombrowski knew he had to act immediately as the waiver wire and spring training cutdowns began to flood the market. The move? The Phillies have just agreed to a minor league contract with 31-year-old veteran outfielder Oscar Mercado, scooping him up right after his release from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Is this the blockbuster trade that guarantees a World Series parade down Broad Street? No. But if you understand the grueling, unforgiving nature of a 162-game MLB season, you know exactly why this specific move is a critical piece of the puzzle for the Phillies right now. Let's strip this down to the studs, because the ripple effects of the Johan Rojas suspension are massive, and the Mercado acquisition is just the first domino to fall in what is going to be a wildly unpredictable outfield rotation at Citizens Bank Park. First, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, Johan Rojas. An 80-game PED suspension is a brutal pill to swallow for this fan base and this clubhouse. We all know Rojas was a polarizing figure. Defensively, the kid is a savant. He covers ground in center field like a gazelle, robbing extra base hits and saving our pitching staff countless runs. But offensively, it has been a struggle. We spent all winter debating whether his bat would ever catch up to his glove. Now, that debate is on ice until July. The suspension doesn't just rob the Phillies of their best defensive outfielder, it completely shatters the depth chart Dombrowski and Rob Thompson spent all winter building. You don't just replace elite up-the-middle defense overnight. Enter the rookie. With Rojas out for the entire first half of the season, the center field job now falls squarely onto the shoulders of Justin Crawford. I've been thinking about this all day, and honestly, the pressure on this kid is going to be astronomical. Crawford has the pedigree. We all know his dad was a menace on the base paths, and he has the raw electric talent that makes scouts drool. But playing center field in Philadelphia, with the ghosts of red, October breathing down your neck, and a fan base that demands excellence on every single pitch, that is a different beast entirely. Crawford is going to be thrown into the deep end. We are going to rely heavily on his speed and his instincts, but there will be growing pains. Rookie mistakes will happen. And that is exactly why the Phillies could not afford to just sit on their hands and hope for the best. Let's look at the rest of the outfield alignment, because it dictates exactly why Oscar Mercado was brought in. Flanking the rookie Crawford, we have a powerhouse corner duo. Brandon Marsh is going to be his usual chaotic, high-energy self, providing solid defense, and a bat that has consistently proven it can come up clutch. And then, of course, we have the absolute unit that is Adolis Garcia. Having Adolis slotted in right field gives this lineup a terrifying dimension of power. When you put Garcia in the same batting order as Bryce Harper, Tree Turner, and Kyle Schwarber, you are looking at a lineup that can put up 5 runs in the blink of an eye. But what happens when someone needs a day off? What happens if Marsh tweaks a hamstring, or if Crawford looks completely lost against Major League breaking balls in April? The bench right now consists of utility guys Dylan Moore and Otto Kemp. Moore is a fantastic Swiss Army knife. He can play the infield, he can play the outfield, he can steal a base. Kemp is a gritty player who will give you everything he has. But neither of them is a true, natural, everyday center fielder. If Crawford goes down, or if the rookie wall hits him hard, the Phillies were staring into an abyss of outfield depth. That brings us to Oscar Mercado. Let's do a deep analysis of what Mercado actually brings to the organization, because a lot of casual fans might look at a minor league deal and shrug it off. Do not make that mistake. Mercado is a 5-year major league veteran. He knows the grind. He spent all of last season in AAA with the Phillies organization, playing for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. In 115 games down in Allentown, he put up a .741 OPS and hit 11 home runs. Are those MVP numbers? Absolutely not. But they are professional, stable numbers. Mercado has major league experience with the Cleveland Guardians, the St. Louis Cardinals, and yes, a microscopic stint with the Phillies back in 2022, where he had exactly one at-bat. But what Mercado offers is a known commodity. He is a right-handed bat. He can play all three outfield positions. He has above-average sprint speed and knows how to take a professional at-bat. When you are building a roster to survive the meat grinder of the NL East race, you need guys in AAA who can take a 2-hour drive down the Northeast Extension, walk into the clubhouse at Citizens Bank Park, and immediately give you a competent 9 innings of baseball without looking like a deer in the headlights. This move is classic Dave Dombrowski. It is a low-risk, high-reward insurance policy. Dombrowski knows that the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets are not going to feel sorry for the Phillies because Johan Rojas got suspended. The NL East is an absolute bloodbath this year. Every single game in April and May is going to matter when we get to September. If the Phillies drop 3 or 4 games early in the season because they had to run out a makeshift outfield of infielders playing out of position, that could be the difference between winning the division and fighting for our lives in the wild card round. By stashing Mercado in Lehigh Valley, Dombrowski is building a firewall. Mercado is firmly behind Crawford, Marsh, Garcia, Moore, and Kemp on the depth chart. He might not see the field in Philadelphia until June, or he might not see it at all. But if injuries mount, and in baseball, injuries always mount, Mercado is the break glass in case of emergency option. He allows Rob Thompson to sleep a little bit easier at night, knowing there is a veteran presence just a phone call away. Let's talk about the strategic impact of this from a macro perspective. The Phillies front office is playing 3D chess right now. They know the starting rotation is elite. They know the bullpen has the arms to shorten games. They know the top of the lineup is built to destroy baseballs. The only glaring weakness on this roster right now is the defensive stability in the outfield without Rojas. By bringing in Mercado, they are buying time. They are buying time for Justin Crawford to develop. They are buying time to see where the team stands in July. If Crawford struggles and Mercado is just a Band-Aid, you better believe Dombrowski will be the most aggressive general manager at the trade deadline, hunting for a premier center fielder. But for now, Mercado provides the necessary breathing room. I've been monitoring the temperature of the fan base all day, and Philly fans know exactly what I'm talking about. The anxiety is real. You look at social media, you listen to the sports radio callers, and there is a palpable sense of frustration regarding the Rojas situation. We invested so much hope into his development. To have that derailed by a PD suspension feels like a betrayal. But at the same time, there is a fierce, undeniable excitement about the Justin Crawford era beginning earlier than expected. The fans are ready to embrace the kid. They want to see him fly around the bases. But the fans also know that you cannot win a World Series with just 9 guys. You need 26 guys on the active roster, and you need another 10 guys in AAA who are ready to step up. That was the magic of the 2022 run. It wasn't just the superstars, it was the role players, the call-ups, the guys who stepped into the spotlight when nobody expected them to. Oscar Mercado fits that mold perfectly. He is a guy who has been humbled by the game, who has bounced around the league, and who is hungry for one more shot at the big leagues. If he gets called up, you know he is going to leave every ounce of sweat on the dirt at Citizens Bank Park. This is the reality of championship baseball. It is not always glamorous. It is not always blockbuster trades and $100 million contracts. Sometimes it is signing a 31-year-old journeyman to a minor league deal on a Tuesday afternoon in late March because your starting center fielder made a terrible mistake. It is about plugging the holes in the ship before it takes on water. The Phillies are sending a message with this move. The mission has not changed. The goal is still a World Series ring. The goal is still to bring the Commissioner's Trophy back to Philadelphia and let the fanatic ride it down Broad Street. A suspension is a speed bump, not a roadblock. The front office is awake, they are active, and they are doing whatever it takes to protect the depth of this roster. My final call on this? It's a smart, necessary, and highly pragmatic baseball move. You don't win the World Series in March, but you can certainly lose it if you don't prepare for the worst. Oscar Mercado is the preparation. Now, it is up to Justin Crawford to prove he belongs, and it is up to the rest of this star-studded lineup to carry the weight while the rookie finds his footing. The NL East race is officially on, and the Phitins are gearing up for war. If you want the most hard-hitting, unfiltered, and analytical Philadelphia Phillies coverage on the internet, you are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a like on this video and get in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. Are you confident in Justin Crawford taking over center field, or should Dombrowski be looking for a bigger trade right now? Sound off in the comments, type ring the bell, and I will see you all tomorrow for another deep dive into our Fightin Phils.